Would ya look at the time? It's time for another video. Good day to you, my fellow adventurers, throughout time and space. It is I, the Cowardly Time Lord, welcoming you back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. Anyways, today we are not gonna go to Bunyan's house, which is right there. We are instead going here. Why? Because if we go to Bunyan's house, we'll lose Ray for a little while. And personally, I want to have Ray through this segment because quickly even though Ray is a few levels higher, you'll quickly start to, outclass him in levels due to the story being like, oh yeah, you know how you got one character who's a couple levels higher? Yeah, let's just keep on removing him from your control and letting him go off on his own story and leaving your two weakling characters behind. So yeah, Ray leaves the party quite often. Just in case he survives. Well, that didn't go according to plan. Man traps, have the sleep status and will remain sleeping. And still, man traps will remain sleeping until such time as you physically attack them. And the Mage Goo has an ability we can learn, surprisingly. Especially considering once I show you what the ability is, you wouldn't expect it to be an ability you could learn from an enemy. Let's do that. Oh, it was almost dead. Oh good, the Mage Goo hasn't, meaning there's still a chance it might use its ability that we want it to use. Come on. You're a mage. Use your magic. There we go. One of the few magic spells you can learn it through that method. Actually, I think it's... Well, okay, there's one other in the entire game that I can immediately think of in the game. Ooh, a wisdom seed. That's valuable. Anyways, yeah, the burn skill will need, we'll eventually get items that allow us to change who's got this spell. It's a thing. So, yeah, we're gonna switch burn over eventually. As you can probably imagine, the man-traps have some pretty powerful attacks for this point in the game, none of which can be learned. So, yeah, examining works sort of like blue magic from the Final Fantasy series, if you know anything about that. Personally, I don't care for blue magic, blue mages type characters. So yeah, and I did get blind. Yeah, blind, burn. Influence. What else can be learned in the first bit of the game? I know there's something else that can be learned. Charge. I know that can be learned at some point. Jump. Charge, jump. Snap. It's actually a really good one to learn early on. What else can be learned early in the game? Okay. Yeah, it'll come in handy later, the fact that we can kick things far away from us. I'm so annoyed that that's tied to the L button, because the L button is quite a reach. I'm sorry, Ryu. But I can't let you gain any experience for the first part of the game. Until after we officially kill the first boss fight, I cannot let the hero gain any experience. After that, it's open season for experience, but there is a very good reason why I am not allowing him to gain any experience. Also, if you're worried about me getting imbalanced because of that, you know, like, well, both of these characters don't stick around forever. Besides, even if that weren't the case, there's an ability later in the game called Monopolize, which diverts all experience won from a fight to a single character. It's a thing. Oh, shoot. That's not gonna end well. I knew it. The Mitsupaku. No, 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 no. Thank you. I know what I just said when I was, well, I said commit seppuku, which, yeah, I just thought it'd be funny, but then I realized, yeah, it's not exactly a funny thing to be joking about. Anyways, you never know when a bush might give you a coin in this game. Speaking of coin, I knew it. Coin is a fishing lure in this game. It allows us to catch a very specific fish. One that will be infinitely helpful. Anyways, the reason why I did that now is because, look, you can walk right through there and get to here. Previously, you couldn't walk through the question mark area here. Anyways, so now I'm gonna rest at camp. I won't save as much as I'd like to because, you know, recording a YouTube video and all. Also, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. Which leaves me kind of confused as to where the best place to leave this episode off will be. I'm not going to Bunyan's house yet. I am going to elsewhere in the Cedar Woods. Guess I can make this a short episode. Thank you, Tipo, for ruining everything. You know, I could continue the episode into meeting Bunyan, and yeah, I'll, because just what I just said made me think of exactly what I could call this episode. And it would be true. Because in this game, Tipo has a habit of ruining everything. And really, towards the end of the game, he completely sidetracks the story. After being gone for most of the story, just completely pops back up to sidetrack the entire thing. Oh, right, that reminds me, I didn't get the treasures in this part of the woods. In this neck of the woods. Kind of forgot about them. Oh yeah, so you can talk to this goblin and that Aigu. They give you a tutorial in the game. You found a skill ink. And then, hidden right in these little part of the woods here, there's another treasure. Also, I should note that resting at Ray and Teepo's house is as good as resting at an inn in terms of, like, you know, restoring them back to full, even when their HP has been yellowed. It's a thing, but as you can imagine, since I said Ray and Teepo aren't around forever, equally, their house isn't. Yeah. You know, classic heroes leave the village to do something, find it in flames. Yeah, that's all that's down here. Well, besides this, but there's nothing we can ever do here. So what's the point? What was the point of restricting us access to the storage area? So not only are there any secrets, you know, just normal little storage room with a healing herb. I don't know why it was blocked off to us. Wait, how much gold do I have now? 600? Okay. I'm gonna head back to the village, try and buy some stuff. I'm just gonna pause for this battle. Oh, and I just remember one of the abilities that you can come across in the early parts of the game that might be worth getting. First off, the Goblin has Unmotivate, which is not a useful ability and should be ignored at all costs. But the Aigu... Let's see. Ray, are you gonna kill it? Oh, 2 Pilfers will definitely kill an Aigu, so bothering so much. But if an Aigu survives a single attack and then gets in another turn, it will generally snooze, which is not cast like a sleep spell on your party. It'll cast a sleep spell on itself that you can then use to cast on you, which, you know, if you learn it, you can cast on yourself, and it actually is more useful than you think. Still not incredibly useful, but it is more useful than you think. because despite putting your ally to sleep, it heals them and restores their AP because they're sleeping. Sadly, when enemies use sleep attack on you late in the game, that's not how it works. Anyways, I'm gonna pause again and see if I get another waste cloth. Well, I learned Unmotivate anyways, just because I wanted to try. I'll show you what it does. Target loses will to fight. Oh, I already stole from it. Point is, Unmotivate is not a useful ability. And I'd get it anyways, later on through a different method. I'm not gonna go into that yet. Yeah, I really want to get 2 more waste cloths before I leave the forest. And by then I should have the money needed to buy the rest of the set of armor that I need for now. So I'll be back in a little bit. Oh no! Oh no! Look how much money I have! Oh no! So I gave up trying to get the last waste cloth that I wanted. I got one for Ray though, so yeah. See, I guess I'll give him back to Mental Blade. Let's head into McNeil Village. Ooh. I've decided I'm saving Bunyan for the next episode. But yeah. Now let's buy armor. Nope. I need to buy one of those, but I'll buy it later. 2 brass helms. Oop, I said 2. Yeah, that's... Actually, no. There's a reason. And tears, I can sell those. And then buy 1 bronze sword, exactly enough for me. Sure. Ray. You won't be wielding that bronze sword for long. Besides, as you can imagine, Ray's more of a daggers kind of guy. Oh yeah, it's interesting to note that technically almost everything you can... Oh, actually, no, he wields a couple swords, so, yeah. But, not all swords. Ray can't wield all swords. But apparently, since I did use, cheat, I saw that Tipo can use every single type of sword in the game. It was interesting. Even the best sword. And some of the, and you can also equip armor that would otherwise be unique to the main character. Which is interesting. That they actually program that in. That him and the main character have the exact same weapon and armors they can equip. So, anyways, yeah. So yeah, this looks like a good place to end off for this episode. In the next episode, we will go and go steal from Bunyan's house. Eh. But anyways, this looks like a good place to end off for this episode. So this is the Cowardly Time Lord signing off and saying, have a good day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Bye-bye now.